Retired and fading, Floyd Mayweather still remains boxing's biggest showman. I don't understand this about Floyd. Why every time the media does a news article about him, they have to degrade him? They have to always, on the low, talk shit about him. They can't never give him just what he is, boxing's biggest showman. Why couldn't you write that? Why couldn't it just be Floyd Mayweather retired and still remains boxing's biggest showman? No, but y'all had to put in fading. Before I get into that, hit the thumbs up, sub, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get updated when I drop the news content like this. See, these articles right here, the type of articles I don't like, and I've heard other shows like Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp talking on it, etc., about how Floyd looked bad, how he's Floyd Mayweather, he's supposed to go out there and knock the guy out and blah, 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 blah. You know, Skip loves to bring up Manny, even though Floyd beat Manny. But he loves to bring up Manny, how Manny's still fighting the young guys and Floyd fought Logan Paul and couldn't even knock him out. Well, here's the problem. Here's what these idiots don't understand. And I know Shannon Sharp also brought up Roy Jones going to heavyweight and winning the title. Here's the problem with what these idiots don't understand. Manny Pacquiao, since Skip wanted to bring him up, he started, I believe, 106 pounds and made his way up to 147. However, Manny Pacquiao was not 106 pounds fighting 147-pound fighters. No, he grew into the weight. He gained the weight to be able to fight guys of that weight. Floyd Mayweather Jr., I believe he started at 126 and he went to 147 as well, welterweight. But he did not remain fighting guys at welterweight while he was only 126. See, the fact of the matter is, and this was said by Logan, weight does matter. It does. In reality, it actually matters. That's why there are weight classes. That's why even if Manny Pacquiao is your all-time greatest fighter ever, Manny could not stay 106 pounds. He had to gain the weight to be competitive with welterweights. and that's the fact of the matter of it is, these guys who are in the smaller weight classes, when they go up in weight, they go up in weight all the way around. Not only do they go up in a higher weight class, but they also gain weight to be competitive there. Here's the facts. Floyd Mayweather Jr. came in at 155. He may have blown up by fight night to 160. Maybe. He might have been. I don't even know if he was in the 160s, but let's just assume he made 160. Paul, who already had the 34-pound advantage, 34 and a half actually on the scale, came in at 189 and a half to Mayweather's 155. So a 34 and a half pound right there from the jump. Paul clearly blew up over 200 pounds. So in Mayweather's best case scenario and Paul's worst case scenario, there's a 40 pounds difference in weight. 160 to 200, even though I guarantee you Paul weighed a lot more than 200 pounds while he was in that ring. So that's number one. You got Mayweather fighting a guy who's more than likely fight night was a heavyweight. You've got a welterweight, super welterweight if you want to do the 155 because 154 is right there by it. A super welterweight fighting a heavyweight. And y'all were expecting to see this knockout? It doesn't work like that. And that's what these idiots don't understand. It doesn't work like that. A big body, and I said this before in my other videos, a big body can absorb more damage than a little body. And somebody who has a big body that knows how to use it can output in single shots more damage than a little guy can. It's just how it works. It's how it works. Again, you have to know how to use that size. Logan didn't know how to use that size. He didn't know how to get 100% of his weight behind his punches. He didn't know how to land precision shots. He did clubbing, mauling type shots for the majority of the ones he landed. And the thing about it is even though he could not generate full power like a cruiserweight or heavyweight, depending on where he was, he still was big enough and strong enough to hold Mayweather when they got close together to keep him in the clinch. And I can guarantee you, and this is not nothing against Manny Pacquiao, but I can guarantee you if Manny Pacquiao got in there with Logan Paul, the results would be the same or even maybe more clinching because Manny's even smaller than Floyd and Logan would be able to hold on to him even easier. And I can guarantee you Manny's nowhere near as strong as Floyd because I've seen him fight. Even at 44 years old, well, 44, 42. So the fact of the matter is this. Yes, Manny is still fighting young guys, but he's fighting young guys at his exact same weight. It's not comparable. If you want to talk about him fighting young lions, it would be like him fighting Okolie. I bring up Okolie because he's a cruiserweight. Or it'd be like him getting in there with Anthony Joshua because he's a heavyweight, depending on where Jake Paul was the night of the fight. It's not going to happen. Man, as good as he is, he's going to get sparked out by a guy that big. That is why there are weight classes. This fight right here proved why there are weight classes. But at the end of the day, to come to what I wanted to say about this, I don't understand this shit. Usain Bolt, I'll pull him up because he's a track runner, right? When Usain Bolt can no longer beat all the other guys, when he's no longer competitive, if Usain Bolt wanted to race somebody who was, say, a high school track star, and he can make a substantial amount of money racing a high school track star, even if he didn't blow that guy out the water, he still just barely won, why shouldn't he do that? Because he's doing what he grew up doing and doing what he loves to do. In this fight, you could tell Mayweather was having fun. He was smiling, laughing. After the fight was over, he was laughing at how Logan was reacting. Like the dude was in there enjoying what he loves. He was enjoying it. Why can't we just let this man enjoy what he loves? Why does it have to be all these stipulations that, oh, Floyd is this, Floyd is that, Floyd needs to do this, Floyd needs to do that? No, let the man enjoy what he loves. He came out of retirement. He completely shut down the Showtime streams. He completely shut down their servers. They couldn't even get people to buy it because so many people were trying to buy it. They crashed their fucking networks. The dude knows how to sell fights. This right here was a fun fight for him. It was a fight where he was severely outsized and he did good. Whether you want to give him credit for it or not, he still did good. He landed a 40% of his punches to Logan Paul's 12% of his punches. If that's not lopsided, one-sided, night and day, I don't know what is. If that doesn't reflect skills, I don't know what does. See, people who think that he should have been doing more than that have never been in a fight before. They never have. And to the journalists who think Floyd did bad, why don't y'all get in there with Logan? Let's see how y'all do against him. And y'all will more than likely be closer to Logan's size. So let him fight y'all writing these articles. And let's see how good y'all look. All it is a bunch of pussies behind pens and desk. And at the end of the day, if Mayweather wants to do another fight like this, I'm for it. Why shouldn't you enjoy what you love? Why shouldn't you enjoy it? If people are willing to pay for it and want to see it, why shouldn't you? Has he not earned softer touches, whether he gets the knockout or not? Has he not earned the right to be able to get in there with somebody like Logan Paul after all the years, after beating all the top guys? He beat Manny, who was mentioned a couple of times in this video. He's the best of his era. He's retired. Let this man enjoy what he does or did. And if these are the types of fights that he's going to take to make money and enjoy it, then let him enjoy it. So, at the end of the day, my conclusion is this. Floyd Mayweather Jr. did a good job, put on a good show, had fun doing it, didn't take any damage doing it, and if he wants to do it again, by all means, do it again. You've earned your stripes. You've earned the right to be able to put on events like this. To all the people who hate on this, ESPN.com, Skip Bayless, and etc., fuck all y'all, because y'all are all too pussy to get in there and do what he does. Y'all aren't even on Logan Paul's level because y'all wouldn't get in there like Logan Paul. So again, I must say, fuck y'all. And all y'all can ever do is hate on this man. And look at it. What's it done? It made him a billionaire and y'all are still doing what y'all were doing to begin with. Y'all can't even retire like he did. He's out the game. Y'all are still writing articles, getting old doing it.